Hey Aries, last but not least, how are you my friends, and welcome to November. If you haven't checked out the overview, please go and do that. It is quite key because your lead planet Mars is actually in Scorpio for a little bit longer certainly, and of course we've had Mercury in Scorpio for a while now. Mercury, thankfully for you guys, it is in tight conjunction, but it is going to be moving into Sagittarius, and I think that's going to alleviate some stresses and strains for you guys. Okay, so a little bit more philosophical. Whoa, thank you, about the way we're going. Interesting. Whoa, thank you. Gosh, they're alive, aren't they? Again, I will adjust the camera for you if we can't see them when I get them out. Aries, okay. So yeah, let's see what's happening now. Saturn's been in your 12th house. 12th house is karmic energy, naturally Pisces. Okay, so the one thing that you don't like to do is let go of the wheel, Aries. But I feel under the circumstances, you know, we can only escape for so long, that's true, but we do need to do that sometimes. I think that's important, and we don't always have to stick to the strict routine, and I do feel that there is this freeing up. Wow, business. Again, I don't want them all coming upside down, guys. Thank you, that's nice. Strength, energies, that's positive. Just leave those on there for a moment. I want to go that way actually. I'm gonna leave it. Let's have a look. I don't normally read them reverse, but I am gonna do that. I'm just gonna move this down slightly so we can see what's cooking here for you. Alright, hang on. Thank you. Oh, jolly good. Wow. All good men to come to the aid of the party. What's that? Why has that just drifted into my head? Wow, that's nice. Conflicting values, conflicting issues, trying to balance stuff maybe. Yeah, again, judgments. Oh, lovers. But let's have a look at that, because I think it's contracts, or associations. So let's have a little look. Right, going back to this Saturn energy, it is in Pisces, been in that 12th for you, so it is the house of karma. Right, and I did say in the overview, karmic chickens coming home to roost, depending on the amount of energy we put into something. I do feel that it's coming together. You guys have had a lot of psychological pressure, and just pressure generally, I think, of late. And again, that is down to that Mars in Scorpio energies. Wow. Couple of connections here. There's still some hard work though. Never shied away from that. Wow, Empress energy. I see this as a Venusian energy actually, it's Venus. So again, Empress energy, she is, she likes to say in control, but I'm asking you to think about, just break away from heavy routine now and again. Let's have a look. Wow, what's going on here? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right, from the top, let's have a look at it. Okay, so this is quite interesting, and it does suggest that we may well have had a situation that's been quite difficult. Now, you do like to be the boss, right? And the Emperor energy, it does represent your sign, by the way, it is Aryan. So you do quite like to be the boss, but I feel sometimes that, with this 7 energy, it can be quite, it's like a what's the word I'm looking for here? Self-defeating in a way, all right? But it does talk about, it talks about theft in a way, but not in this instance, by the way, but it can in certain, it depends on what I'm working with, if I'm working with a client, but I'm looking at that, and if we're going to get into the basic meaning of that, it's almost like, well, if I let this connection come forward, is it going to leave me defenseless and come in and nick my swords and I can't defend the camp anymore? But that's very much you, isn't it? You're very much like that, Aries. You're very powerful beings, but sometimes it's good to let other people and the universe bring other situations to the fore for you, which ultimately relieves you from this pressure. This is Capri, it's Capricorn energy, it's Saturn, of course. Saturn rules Capricorn. But devil energy can talk to me about where, it's not been easy. It's been quite restrictive. It is quite dark. For me, it's quite, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's quite a violent energy, but I don't mean that in a, literally in a physical violence so much. But it is quite dark and it is quite difficult sometimes to work through. And as I said, because we've had the Mars in Scorpio, which is your lead planet, and we've had Pluto square the node, that north node in Aries, and there's a big T square coming up around the 4th as well. So yeah, there's still a degree of pressure here, but I do feel that if we've been battling with something around sort of the work that we do in the house, our physical selves, or that mental energy, I do feel there's an easing up here. And I do think that, as we are moving into a much more philosophical period with the Sagittarius season, that is going to ease up a bit, but you just got to let go. Got to let go of the wheel a little bit. Strength energies, yeah, we know we've got them. You are really quite pushy people, you're on it. But we just got to trust that what's been brought forward is going to work. And this is very interesting as well, because we've got these 2 pages, both of them messengers, of course. One is work energy and money. Okay, so if you've been restricted in some way, if you've not found what we're looking for, if we've not found the position, and we've been sort of worried about something, or somebody's offered us something and we're not quite sure about it, around work, or there's some sort of contractual connection, I could go with that. But I do feel that, again, this strength energy coming forward, these are nice energies, and look what you bring after that. There is this celebration. So again, the escapism of like sort of Saturn in that 12th, that releasing energy. I think there's some nice stuff coming in here around work. I think there's some positive things coming around, yeah. These can be younger people coming in maybe to help, with the burden of it all. If it is a work, if you're physical work, it is a problem. But I do feel as if we're growing, it's like we're applying ourselves here. But we need to do it in a positive way. We've still got a fair bit of hard work ahead. But even though we can look and think, is it ever going to get any better? Yes, it is. And again, a couple of connections here on the table. And this Empress energy, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving it. This is Venus. And again, it can talk to me about self-employment, as can the Emperor up here. But I think what it is you just like to be the boss, guys. Okay, you just like to be the boss, but I do feel that your routines, the way you run things, you're pretty much ship shape. You do like routine; it is important to you. But I feel that there is this easing back, and you're able to have a little bit more. How can I put this to you? Just a bit more of a more balanced approach to things as we're going forwards. There's less psychological stress, less anxiety around getting jobs done, with getting it sorted. And again, I want to say that maybe just letting go, just letting go of the wheel a little bit is not a bad thing. And it may well be that you're able to do that with these energies here. The fact that we've got these sort of personalities here that are going to help you. All right. Yeah, there is a newness with this, but to me it's good news. This is good news, and it helps strengthen. We're moving away from this really sort of self-deception in a way, that we can do everything ourselves in a way, maybe. But again, this Capricorn energy, the limitation, those limitations, you know, I think that, again, if it's business, again, this energy here, or the work that you need to do, or whatever's been going on around you, I think that we're releasing that now, we're releasing it. You know, and again, I talk to you a lot, and this is, of course, it's Capricorn, and I do talk to you a lot about, and I have been speaking to you a lot about Saturn and acknowledging boundaries. And, you know, obviously, again, because Pisces is water, your water does crack rock, all right? And it may well be that, you know, you the way that you've worked with life, and the way that you've always done something, you know, the way that you structure life and your business, it may well be that you know, little Pisces has popped in there, and you know, it's like I said, there's always a bit of leakage. So I do think that you guys may have been pushed to the limit, really. But the good news is, no more fighting, no more aggravation. I'm confident there's some good news coming in here. There's people coming in to help you with it. You're feeling much more confident, I think. Strength energy, I love it. Again, this is very Arian in its own nature, very strong energies coming in, people coming forward, good news, you recognising your direction, taking your time, being practical in your approach to it, and again, you're bringing me this energy of celebration. All right, so Chariot energies, this can be quite conflicting. I say this, it's powerful, it's definitely powerful, it's Cancerian energy. It's powerful energy, but at the end of the day, again, judgment, life's renewal. So I don't know whether or not you've been trying to handle these two ponies, and it's been quite difficult for you, you know, and certainly I can keep repeating myself here, but because we've got this Mars energy in Scorpio, psychologically you've had a lot of pressure as well. All right, and I just feel that we're having to now deal with it differently, so making decisions. This death energy is great, I love it. It does talk about rebirth. Again, it's Scorpio, it's Plutonian energy, it's in evolutionary energy, and lover's energy, I love it. It's Gemini. Okay, so again, contractual agreement, possibly, most certainly could be contractual. You do bring support though coming in from that. I like this energy of the Four, but yeah, we might think that all is lost, but it isn't. Look at this. There's two really strong sensations of opportunity. And again, I keep saying to you, even though there is hard work, again, I just feel as if you can get back to what we need to get back to. And ultimately, you know, we're able to sort of, this Knight of Cup, I really like it. It's about honesty. It's about, you know, being honest with yourself as well as to what your limitations are, I think, as well, Aries, because you are, as I say, you are the warrior energy. But this feeling of Mercury now moving into Sag, you're going to be a lot more philosophical about it. And again, it is surrendering to the spirit in a way, surrendering to the universe, just knowing and trusting that it is going to be okay. Where we've accepted the situation, that's all well and good, but I do think you're going to be, you know, back on it again, still working through, but don't give yourself such a hard time. All right, this is where I want to go with that. Yeah, don't give yourself such a hard time. If something doesn't get completed at the time you want it and the moment you want it, that's okay. It's all right, Aries. It's all right. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, getting the right people in and around. Yeah, I've got all of this going on here. Yeah, this. Not bad at all, actually. Yeah. Let go. Karma. It's karma. We're going to reap the benefit of the karma. If you've abused the body, guys, you may well be feeling that. None of us can escape karma. It's there all the time. You know, every breath we take, we're making karma, and adding to that bank balance I spoke about in the overview. So yeah, but ease up a bit. Oh, thank you. Want to work with it. Wow, fantastic. Balance. Just, isn't this great? This is Libra. So again, like it. All right. Nice energies of Libra. Finding that balance now. Being able to find the balance. By all means, if you need, you know, if you've needed to take a bit of time out to sort of process it, because it hasn't been the easiest gig for you. But I certainly think that, yeah, this justice energy, the balance that's coming in from Libra is great. Again, King of Sword energy, I like it. King of Sword again, thinking it's very methodical energy as well as the sword. It's sharp thinking. All right, so that's coming in, and certainly with your Mars in Scorpio, yeah, deep stuff coming through, but also acknowledging that we cannot be all things to all situations. And oops, no, there's far too many there. I'm putting them back in. Yeah, I'm liking it. Just let go and enjoy it, and you know, not too much, because I've been doing a bit of that. So if you've been sort of escaping into, you know, you want to go away, you want to do this, you want to do that, so a sort of distraction energy, if you like. But my feelings generally are we're back at it now, and we are now finally able to go forward. So if you have exuded an awful lot of energy in one area and it's not been fruitful, I actually think it's going to come together for you. Because I'm going to take one last one out for you guys, and it is that one. Fantastic, cannot believe it. Wow, the High Priest, super duper. Right, High Priest energy for me. What this basically says to me is very Hierophant energies. It can talk about that traditional way of doing things. It is Taurus, so again, I feel I want to work with, you know, the value system of that, but also money. All right, so weighing up the pros and cons here. But in all honesty, I like it. So this could well be that we're finally sort of getting things sorted, if that makes sense. It's like the High Priest, yeah, it's that very traditional way of doing it, and looking at it in a more, certainly with this King here, in a more balanced and practical way of how we're going to work those routines, how we're going to do the job, how we're going to sort of engage now Saturn as you move forward with him being in that 12th. So can't always be in front of the pack here, right? And although you may want to be, just be assured that you are going to get there. There's no doubt in my mind that you are going to get there. But yeah, we've got to deal with it now. And I said that earlier as well, you know, this energy of Venus moving into Libra, things get dealt with, you know, things start to balance out with this justice energy here. So yeah, you've been up against it. Get out, by all means, get a little bit of joy in your life. But I do think you're back at it again here. But the karmic bank balance is certainly coming in for you. This is good. I think those of you that have been striving, those that have been working, the rewards are coming in now. And I do feel that the universe is going to give you a hand. It's going to give you a bit of leg up here, guys. And again, if it's physical, if it's been a mental strain for you, yeah, getting into a better place, being able to fix the leaks, if you like, with this energy of Pisces, you know, fixing the leaks now, right? You know, the little boys, we can fix it. We can fix where the water's got in. We can fix it. Okay, I hope that helps you, Aries. Yeah, whatever this is about, It's definitely suggesting that it's going to come together, but you know what? Just accept and surrender and know that. And I think you've been trying to do that. You've just been trying to, oh, let's try and chill. I mean, a lot of you have. It depends on where that Aries lands in your chart. You know, and whether or not there's a strong Mars, where that Mars is. So there's all of these things. Everybody's natal chart is different. None are the same. But no, it's all happening. You know, acknowledge, learn to trust, guys. That's something that is important for you. And don't forget, because we got Pluto square that North Node in Aries, which is where we want to go to, right? And it, you know, in Aries, you know, I think that you have been sort of, you know, exploring your sort of, how can I put it, your subconscious stuff, right, with the Saturn being up there in that 12th. So looking at it, looking at your motivations, what it is, you know, making the changes now, addressing, you know, where mistakes may have been made. But I do have you sort of harnessing that power, all right, but doing it wisely. And I do feel that as you're moving into Sagittarius energies, yeah, the end of the month, I think that is when we're going to acknowledge, yeah, it's happening, it's coming together, and I'm in a much better space now. All right, hope that helps you, Aries, and I'm going to catch you next month. If it did resonate with you, obviously it's not going to resonate with all of you guys, but if it did, please click like, please click share, and yeah, I'll see you next month. Pretty good. Take it easy. All the best, Aries. God bless. Bye now.